And so these hardworking women who they've come home from their job, now they have to feed their family, now they have to lead their family in a masculine sort of way. They have to literally lead their family, and they're tired. Don't you think that woman would willingly give that responsibility or share that responsibility with a man who could handle it? Welcome back, family. The big question in this podcast is how are Gen Zers like us, with AI and the digital age and those challenges, misinformation, and a cancel culture media narrative, how can we step into our purpose, lead with confidence, and step into our divine masculinity in a way that empowers our friends and uplifts our families and communities? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Aaron Sullivan, and welcome to the Revitalizing Authentic Masculinity podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, cool. We're going to start it off like that. So I'm just going to say mostly some of my experiences, some of my research, and just kind of give you guys an overall viewpoint of how and why I am doing what I'm doing. So my belief is that and from what I've seen, is that general culture, the media, and government and the powers that be, it doesn't really matter what you believe in, but the powers that be are essentially trying to control. They're looking for control. This is a massive problem if we give over control willingly. John D. Rockefeller, when he initially created the school system, you know what he said? He said, I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. So what does that mean? That means your thinking is being done for you. Ooh. It's kind of crazy too, because when you grow up in a culture that says that, you do this a certain way, you go to school, you get a job, and then you go your whole life and eventually retire, you feel like that is the way. And you feel weird when other people are doing other things differently or talking about a different thing or whatever, like, and it tends to just be kind of a scary situation for some people. But it's kind of crazy when you start to see the underlying things and beliefs and start looking for the truth, and you'll start to find that things are not the way that they seem. So why am I doing this? Why am I doing this podcast? Well, the reason I called it the Revitalizing Masculinity podcast is because I believe that the decline and the fall of masculinity today is one of the greatest, if not the biggest, stemming factors, like one of the root cause to almost every problem, I believe, is the decline and fall of masculinity. I see, my belief is that if we don't have strong men that are leading strong communities, we're going to have weak men who are succumbing to lust, who are succumbing to violence, who are succumbing to lack of integrity, all these different things, and using manipulation and power plays to create a toxic masculinity. And the reason I called it revitalizing authentic masculinity, is because I'm here to shift the narrative from a toxic masculinity to understanding that we get to own our power and we get to own our masculinity. I'll share with you from more of a feminine perspective. I have a lot of female friends, and my friends who are girls, nearly all of them have given, at one point or another, have shared with me the challenges of being a woman and the challenges of what is it like? Why are there so many weak men nowadays? There's so many women, I found, that this is the narrative. You have women that are so hardworking. You have women that have to support families. They have to support jobs. They have to support their other friends. They have all these responsibilities and all these things, especially mothers, especially women who are in communities who are actively creating and nurturing a community. You look at teachers. I don't know the percent, but from my experience, all of my elementary school teachers were women. And women have a massively, incredibly crucial role in our society. And I think with the decline of masculinity and the rise of the feminist movement, we're moving towards we're moving more away from equality and more towards like dominating, like women trying to dominate men and make men weak and emasculated. And then the crazy part is now, since men are more feminine than ever before, now you have women that have to take on the masculine role. And so these hardworking women who they've come home from their job, now they have to feed their family, now they have to lead their family in a masculine sort of way. They have to literally lead their family, and they're tired. Don't you think that woman would willingly give that responsibility or share that responsibility with a man who could handle it? With a man who was strong in his value, with a man who was integral? These are just my beliefs. These are the things that I've found. I'm not gonna have a ton of statistics in this video, but this is my intention moving forward. My intention for the Revitalizing Authentic Masculinity podcast is to share ways in which men can be better men so that women get the chance and permission to be women. And I believe that we are stronger together than we ever could be apart and separate. And I believe that it is our job. And it starts with men. It starts with the men speaking their truth, sharing their narrative, respecting women, respecting their peers, respecting their subordinates, respecting their elders. It starts with a lot more respect. And I think that's a big thing that we're missing. So please comment. Go ahead and comment your thoughts, your beliefs. Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm right. You hate me, you love me. Hopefully, I've been able to share in a way that has been authentic, and hopefully at least one person will resonate with what I'm saying. I hope you have a blessed day, my friends. Much love, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.